Good luck. Okay, Stevie, you're live.
Yeah. Hi, all. Welcome to session 5, Engaging Early Career Scientists. My name is Megan Kofer, and I'm an ORISE postdoc at the US EPA. Our keynote speaker today is Mina Bizic with a talk titled How to Survive as an Early Career Aquatic Scientist. Dr. Mina Bizic studied biology at the University of Belgrade in Serbia. She then worked as a research assistant at the Institute for Oceanography and Limnology, IOLR, in Israel, and did her PhD at the Max Planck Institute for Marine Microbiology in Bremen, Germany. Now she's doing research in the field of aquatic microbial ecology at the IGB in Berlin, Germany. And her research interests include the global carbon cycle in terms of methane formation and carbon dioxide sequestration by phytoplankton blooms. Mina also serves as the Early Career Committee member for ASLO, the Association for the Sciences of Limnology and Oceanography. Mina, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you. And thank you for the introduction. I will then share my screen. This takes a little bit time.
Perfect.
Okay. Hello, everyone. And hello, early and mid-career researchers in the audience. And also hello to all our supporters in the audience. Did you know that we represent the next generation of leaders in aquatic sciences? Each of us with our unique expertise, creativity, and ideas for the future of aquatic science research. As researchers, we wear many hats. And today I brought my hat of a fellow early career researcher in aquatic microbial ecology at the Leibniz Institute of Freshwater Ecology and Fisheries in Berlin, in Germany, and also a hat of a member of early career committee of ASLO. My name is Mina Bizic, and I'm really delighted to be here. And first, I would like to thank Megan, Igor, and Felipe for inviting me to give this talk. And I would also like to thank all of the colleagues who are here and have taken the time to come to this event. And so, after several good years of walking in the shoes of an early career researcher in aquatic sciences, I've got many blisters on my feet while reaching my short-term and long-term career goals. But I wasn't alone. Not at all. I was definitely and certainly not alone. I have 2 small children and my husband, also a scientist working in a related field, to take this family road trip together. And I will be very transparent from the start here with you. At the beginning of my talk, there will be some heavy moments, a bit dramatic, but please don't let it put you in a bad mood, because these are just the details, and we need to have a look at the big picture. So my plan is to help you pack your suitcase for the challenging adventure that is known to many of us as an early and mid-career stage of our lives. First, I will talk about challenges of early career research careers, and then we will meet in the social lounge to relax and discuss what are the essential skills, trainings, experiences that we need to reach our goal, and where do you see major role in AquaWatch community in facilitating these? And after our plenary discussion on what you talked about in the groups, I will give a closing summary, and maybe there will be time for a couple of more questions. Talking about the term early career, what does it really mean? Is there some concrete definition? It can mean any number of things, depending on who you ask and in what context, from PhD students to everybody except tenured professors. Where it actually can and does matter is in the context of early career awards and grant applications, as many funding agencies have special calls for early career researchers. And however, in these cases, the agency or an organization giving an award will specify exactly what the boundaries of eligibility are. So there is now really a clear definition, but we can identify, based on experience, 3 distinct stages in early career. And that is doctoral, then immediate postdoctorate, and then comes transition to independent researcher or professional. Career trajectories in science are often unpredictable, with many early and mid-career researchers working multiple successive fixed-term contracts, and they are physically relocating to take up employment opportunities. While this can provide exciting opportunities to change research directions, acquire new skills, and see the world, the insecurity is really huge. And that's why I am presenting it here also in bigger letters and bold. So this can also cause anxiety for many and can have a negative impact on their ability to maintain career momentum and trajectory and access institutional financial benefits or make long-term career or financial plans. Sorry. But not everything is gloomy, if you can imagine. Starting an academic career is also fascinating, and it also gives us a lot of opportunities. And once we can overcome some of the most common worries with positivity, then it won't be so gloomy. First, we need to cope with change. The transition process, and letting go of the old me can really be unexpected and challenging. Then what happens after PhD? Sometimes instead of the anticipated excitement and finally completing your dissertation, there is this feeling of emptiness. And often early career researchers struggle to find anything that will offer similar intensity and sense of purpose. Some people even decide to undertake a temporary job out of academia or go off on a journey just to feel inspired and clear their minds. Whatever solution, it is actually a good idea to put life in perspective, to help refocus on a fulfilling research theme that can feed your career for some time. Then what happens? What else? The other challenge, very often early career researchers find themselves disconnected from sources of support, from networking, professional development, or career advice. And this is at the time when they really needed it the most. So they need to recreate some networks without any official institutional affiliation. That can be quite difficult. But it is really important to keep close to the community of researchers from your own fields. And while the official relationship may be over, some early career researchers will be eager to maintain this informal connection with their supervisors. However, otherwise this is not very common, because by becoming an independent researcher, you also actually become sort of competition. And of course, time management. We all know that it can be quite challenging. Self-discipline is essential. And it's not only for setting our own timetables, but also to manage family and work time. And Probably the most challenging of all aspects in academia is sustaining writing productivity. The path to postdoc employment is rarely linear, and it can really involve blind alleys and sideways moves and a lot of twists and turns that leave people really confused about what their next step should be. I will now play a few seconds of a video that gave me a grim smile. Please note that the video is from 2019, from April, so this is before pandemic. I will play it twice.
Young people are our future, but there has never been more uncertain times than those we live in today. Young people are our future, but there has never been more uncertain times than those we live in today.
And then came COVID-19. The various restrictions that applied across the globe to contain the COVID-19 pandemic have been impacting the way we knew how to work. So the past 2 years have allowed collaboration to take place only virtually. We all know that. This encouraged greater communicative flexibility and outreach. But it also prolonged our working hours across several time zones. And also it prevented the extended periods of in-person collaboration. Also this prohibition on travel and gatherings have deprived early career scientists of opportunity to form new connections and also to face the difficulties or rewards of teamwork. And each of us has a story to tell, to give an account of this raw, honest, underexplored lived experience and daily struggles of an early and mid-career researchers in times of pandemics. And to give you an impression of my pandemic research story, I will only leave a title for you here on the slide in front of you and let you imagine the rest. Or maybe you can actually connect to my character in this story on a personal level. Undoubtedly, the pandemic has had devastating effects on academic research and us who do it, of course. And some scientists felt the added stress from a lack of these boundaries between home and work much more acutely than others. For example, as this study shows, the unexpected rises in parental childcare and virtual schooling fell most heavily on women and couples in science, as well as on other scientists with caring responsibilities. Even pre-COVID-19, working mothers in academia left their respective fields at much higher rates than their male colleagues, and this trend was further amplified by the pandemic. And then if we look among early career researchers, the crisis was disproportionately impacting early career researchers, especially those from communities historically underrepresented, disadvantaged, and or discriminated. But, there's always but, hidden among the gloom of this service, publications, personal experiences, there are also few bright spots that highlight the resilience of the scientific community. For example, the pandemic highlighted existing problems within science, but also offered lessons to be learned. Many in academia want to avoid deepening existing inequities in the scientific workforce. And there are studies who have outlined also the ways how to approach it, how to do this. So looking forward, it is really critically important for universities and research founders and communities to proactively address the continuing challenges that are posed by pandemic. And this is particularly for female and early career faculty. With so much in flux, there is really an opportunity to change and improve a system that wasn't working for a lot of people also before pandemic. There are many challenges on the way. However, we should stay focused on our goal, whatever that is that you set for yourselves. There will be many events that may alter our original goal. However, in all cases, reaching this goal will include an early career stage for which we should be as prepared as possible. So I want you now to take a step back from the details and look at the big picture. So today I want you to ask yourself question, what is my big picture? Why did I choose my specific goal? Why is the goal that I chose important to me? Because stepping back and looking at the big picture is a really important part of setting and achieving your goals. Because we must be able to answer a question, why, behind the goal that we choose. And as Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. When we think of journeys, we can imagine two types of hikers. The first would very enthusiastically embark on the new adventure. Money is in his hand or her hand, with the idea to acquire everything on the way. The second are hikers that did their homework and come very well prepared for the trip. And many of us, and including myself, start like the first type due to lack of resources or lack of guidance. But looking backwards, we would have benefited and have liked to be more like the second type. That's why, as a next step, we'll try together to come up with an early career researcher packing list that would provide the essential skills, trainings, experiences, attitude, resources that we need to reach our goals. And please understand that this packing list is not an algorithm to guaranteed success, but rather a way to maximize the chances to reach our goals. Because early careers are just like road trips. Sometimes we know where we have to reach, but do not know the way to our destination. But it is the journey that matters, both on road trips and in our early career research career. So here's our plan, and Megan will tell you more about it. We will now go to social lunch. There are different tables, and then we will discuss two topics. Megan, I will I just want to share one more slide, and this is to show you that behind this blue color, I have my packing list already ready, and I will show you after we come back to plenary discussion. And now I will stop sharing.
Thank you, Mina. That was wonderful. Yeah, so we're going to do, if attendees were here yesterday, we split up into tables. So I'll show a quick presentation on how to get there. Let's see. All right, can we all see PowerPoint? Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is leave this room. So in the top left of your screen, you should see a back arrow. So you're going to go out of the room for this. And then at the top of your screen, there should be a black bar that has reception, schedule, lounge, and booths. You're going to click lounge to enter the space with tables. And then you should see 5 tables, and we have 5 early career researchers who will be splitting up and leading each one of these table discussions. Just press join on any one that you want to join if there's an open seat, so you can sit and have a discussion. I think that's it. And then we will reconvene here. Let's say at 8:40. So at 8:40, you'll leave your tables and come back into this session and enjoy your discussions.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, for me, it didn't really work with the camera and microphone in lunch.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I couldn't use microphone and camera in breakout room.
Oh, interesting. I'm sorry
Yeah,
that you couldn't. I had no issues. Our table had a good discussion.
very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Miro board and I saw that things are going on there.
Okay. Yeah, we had some trouble using the Miro board actually. That was our biggest thing. We weren't able to write on the sticky notes. Maybe we've solved it a little bit.
Okay. But maybe
Yeah.
you have some other type of notes. I was actually testing it yesterday, and if you click at the right place and bring in this writing tool from the left,
Hmm.
like in PowerPoint presentation, if you want to write and you need text box. But
Yeah. I think we were having some more technical issues because the woman who made all the Miro boards was in my table and she was still having trouble accessing it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what the problem was, but it looks like we have some notes there now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we gave everyone until 8:40. So
Yeah, we're back a little early, but I did see everybody, or it sounded like, and again, I saw you join our group and then jump back off. So we did see you.
But I couldn't see you or hear you.
Yeah. Is there bandwidth issues, you think?
No, in the morning I met with Igor here, and at first I had problem with the same thing, and then he said go to incognito mode, which I did, and I did it also now, but it doesn't work. But at least I can be here. Seems that I'm the only one with that problem.
Yeah, well, maybe we need to tell Mina when you come back that we need to put the hearts on things that we think AquaWatch should act on or could act on. So that's why there's hearts on on the left side of the mirror board.
Okay, but maybe once we are back, one of you can share Miro board, and representatives from the group can give a small report.
sounds good. I can share my screen and show the mirror board. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can handle that. I see, I think just one of our leaders, table leaders is back. So we'll wait maybe just a minute and see if the other tables join as
Sure.
well.
Since we are running late, are we prolonging the session or?
Yeah, we have to stick to our schedule. But we can give maybe quick updates and then we can hear from you, Mina, at the very end.
Okay, very
so
good.
Yeah, what you've shared so far has been very useful. So we all see Miro board now, is that correct?
Yeah, you can zoom in to see better, to better see text, maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to see everyone's text at
That's
once.
true.
And now I cannot see our group, but let's see. Igor, you led table 1. So if your table's back, do you have a representative to just give a 1 or 2 minute update on what you discussed?
Yeah, so our table 1 was really nice. We have 3 PhD students or PhD candidates, and Habia will report for us. Habia, can you raise your hand so Steve or Mary Beth can bring you to the stage?
Yeah, I'm not seeing any raised hands yet.
What was the name, Igor?
Rabia Monsaf Khan. She's getting an error.
Great.
MD Mammon.
Aurora, do you want to report for us?
Aurora, you can raise your hand.
The raise hand button. Yeah.
Okay, Aurora's here. Aurora, you can speak.
Oh, okay. Hi, sorry. You can hear me, right? Okay.
Yeah. Did you make some list there of what you're gonna pack for early career adventure?
Okay, so the challenges that we thought. Sorry, I wasn't ready for this. So some of the things that we wished
I see some better guidance and tutor finding the strategy, then soft skills like communication, negotiation.
Yes,
That's already a good start for a packing list.
That we thought that we need as early career scientists are absolutely soft skills like communication and negotiations, but also a lot of motivation and enthusiasm.
Okay. And
in terms,
do you think?
Sorry.
Do you think your AquaWatch can help with some of these?
Absolutely. In terms of motivation, just this session, for example, for me was very motivating, and it also helped having a better overview on. I'm panicking, I'm sorry.
No, stop panicking. We can actually go to the other table and see, and then at the end, collect,
Mina,
make a big packing list. Thank you, Aurora.
Mina, so just one comment. So Habia wrote in the chat, so she was the one who was supposed to report. So we talk about soft skills, motivation, big data analysis, programming, better literature, and starting point for research. And that's one point that that was really important, how to start a research, or because when they start a PhD, they are amazed by a lot of things going on, and how can we start? So this guidance is part of this. Thank you, Habia, for reporting in the chat.
Okay, we can move on to table 2. Felipe was leading this one. I got kicked out of the group, so I don't know if there was a designated early career. If not, Felipe, let me know and I can summarize what we talked about.
I see some courses in remote sensing. Perfect.
Yeah, we talked, I mean, similar to some of the themes in table 1, we talked about potentially some coursework that could be offered by AquaWatch, about some of the skills that you don't always end up in the same field that you studied for your PhD. So even if these are just led by more senior scientists in the field, I think it would be useful to get, 1-hour sessions here and there to learn kind of the fundamentals of aquatic sciences.
This is Emily. I was also at that table, so Felipe asked me to.
Hello, Emily. That's a table 2. Okay.
Yeah. So right, Megan was mentioning. I would say help on atmospheric correction came up quite a bit as a challenge that a lot of the early career people are facing, and we were also talking about trying to make it easier for the early career scientists who are linked with AquaWatch to, ask questions to the group. If you're looking for help on a specific project, you have a community of experts. So is there something we could do, set up an online forum, or even just a, simple email list so people can say, hi, I'm a postdoc, or professor and I'm having trouble with this algorithm or project, something like that. Is there someone in the AquaWatch community who could provide some advice for me?
Exactly, to lean on shoulders of the community of experts.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's certainly something I think, since this group is aimed to be a community of experts, I think people would be really happy actually to get questions from the early careers and share their knowledge. We also talked about one challenge is kind of the technical language that people use to describe things in water quality. Sometimes it varies by region, and that can be a real challenge for people. So trying to get people on the same page in terms of, I know one thing that's come up a lot in meetings I've been with is what is a service, for example, and there are a lot of different ideas on what that means depending on where you're from.
Wow, this is really interesting because, because we usually have problem with understanding language of other culture, like natural sciences, social sciences, and so like between different cultures, but within the same discipline, it's very interesting. You need some harmonization there of terms.
Yeah, like you think everyone is on the same page, and sometimes they're not. Just
great.
Defining.
That's really important. That goes into soft skills of being clear in communication.
All right.
Can we go further? I'm so sorry that this has to be so fast because I guess we are not really good with time at the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emily.
Move on to table 3. We only have 4 tables, so Cindy led this table. If you have an early career who wanted to update on your discussion.
Hi, Mahesh. I'm representing table 3. Can you hear me? Oh, great. Welcome to table 3. Cindy led table 3, and we have 4 people there. And we are discussing majorly 4 topics. One is career planning. So it was a discussion that the early career researchers should start planning what they want to do after PhD from the very stage on their career. So instead of that, just they finish their PhD, just like wondering what to do, not knowing anything. And the second point is the mentoring. So within part of the AquaWatch, creating a mentor-mentee relationship, somehow a board or something like that. So that would be great because lots of times ECRs have no idea who to approach on a topic or anything. And the third one is the networking. So because networking is a key aspect, because the early careers can reach out and connect with some people. So networking is the key area. The other 4th point is maybe creating a small projects, like 1 to 3 months, where the people who are free come together and work and write a blog or write a paper on a AquaWatch site, something like that. So that's major 4 points.
Perfect. When you talk about mentoring is the light that shines on the path of success. So definitely. And the 4th table, do we have something there?
Yes, Maite Boucher has just joined. She should be able to speak.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll really quickly talk about the tools. If Nicolene pops in, she can talk about it as well. But we talked about having an online presence, that would help. Networking would help us during the COVID virtual world that we are in now. And I see that Nicolene is here, so I'm going to let her speak on the other 2 things we talked about.
Great, thank you, Maite. Hi, everyone. So at our table, in addition to having an online presence, we discussed the importance of having some personal goals or knowing what your passions are. Because as you mentioned in your presentation earlier, after your PhD, your life can take multiple directions. Your path it's not always straight and narrow. But if you know what your passions are, deep down, it becomes easier to meet your goals and meet what you would want to accomplish in the future. It's also really important for early career scientists to be able to communicate. Mina, I know you mentioned a lot earlier the importance of these soft skills. As scientists, one of our major goals is to conduct scientific research for either the benefit of the scientific community or the broader community. And so it's really important to be able to communicate your research, both verbally and in a written format. And so those are a few things that we thought would be really important as an early career scientist.
Absolutely. Wow, this discussion is really great. And I'm very sorry that we don't have more time for this, but maybe we will meet again and exchange experience between different communities. But I would like to address a bit more this topic. So I am going to try to switch with. Okay, doesn't work anymore. All right. So it was really great discussion, and I thank you all. And I would like to share with you my list that formed over past years. I will not go through all the details. You already mentioned like 80% of it. And I wish they had this list on the first day of my early career. But communication skills are perhaps the most important among all the soft skills listed here. And also Meiki now mentioned that, and that was mentioned also by Aurora in the first group, and I think in every group. And no matter what your position is, you need to be able to communicate effectively with people that you work with. Now I can choose, for example, online appearance. This is also very important, at least for me. Social media that allows to build and be part of a collaborative team group to solve scientific problems. You can, in that sense, be also part of citizen science community. You're going to show the scientific process to public. Then it goes to communicate science to the public science communication. It's not enough only to do science. We need to brag about it and to translate it to the language of public. It can also online appearance is really important because it can help raise money from a crowdfunding science project. It can build a social and professional network. So do it. If you don't, after this workshop, visit your LinkedIn, Twitter, everything, and work on your profile there. Mentoring is, as I said, path that shines on the way to success. And I made it here red and bold, and you can find it in leadership skills, because if we want to be good mentors, we have to have good leadership skills. But mentoring is also that one can find in scientific society, such as AquaWatch in the future, as I could learn today, as an idea. There are so many important aspects of mentoring. As a mentee, you can benefit a lot. A confidential exchange with an experienced mentor about your individual career planning. You can receive guidance. You can receive encouragement. You can be empowered for your and do your professional development. You can establish new contacts, you can expand your own network, exchange experiences and expertise, develop your personal strategic and leadership skills. So mentoring is after communication, definitely. And then there are many others, and you will all get this slide, and you can also find online a lot about why is it important, and you can also talk to me whenever you want. Then how I see it, this Swiss knife for me here is to express that joining scientific society can be like carrying a Swiss knife to a camping trip. Thanks to the opportunities that those communities offer, one can acquire many of the skills from your early career researcher adventure list. For me, this was the case with ASLO, and I would like to share my personal acquaintance with this society. ASLO is an international society with close to 4,000 members in 85 countries. It supports early career researchers and professionals in many ways, and it actively acknowledges the many challenges aquatic science researchers and professionals face in their early careers. And these new existing challenges that are related to funding, financial stability, mental health, and others, as we know, were really amplified during ongoing global pandemic. And it made an impact on life and work of early career scientists that we don't even know. It's yet incalculable how much. So the ASLO community offers help and support to early career research scientists in numerous ways and ensure that these scientists are not lost during this ongoing period of change. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm a member of early career committee at ASLO, and we always encourage aquatic science early career researchers and professionals to lean on the ASLO community for support and guidance through, for example, virtual mentoring sessions, webinars, informal networking, and so on. So there are many opportunities to collect things from your packing list when you come to, for example, a meeting such as ASLO or AquaWatch in the future. Here you can see some of the past and current activities and opportunities that are provided by early career community during a conference or on year-round basis. And we are always actively seeking for new activities, and this is often based to reflected on our membership needs. So they come to us and tell us what they need. This is important. One specific activity I want to stress out here. Last year, together with the help of ASLO board members, we launched a new webinar series. This is Amplifying Voices webinar series, the early career researchers making waves in aquatic sciences. The purpose of Amplifying Voices webinar series is to promote the scientific research of early career researchers from historically excluded groups. And you can see here on my slide what it means being historically excluded group. So it provides an opportunity to showcase the great work done from our global community of aquatic scientists and to promote inclusion and foster belonging. How it works: selected candidates are asked to, they send in application. When they're selected, they're asked to present 20-minute science talk. There are 2 talks in each hour-long session with a question period that is moderated by one of us from the committee or board member. And the presenter may also record their talk, because we learned that in some countries there are very often problems with internet connection, and they cannot connect when they need to connect. So I want to tell you that if you can also see in ASLO YouTube page some of these talks, but if you want to present but you're not sure, and you have questions or comments, please contact me or our group Early Career Committee email that is here, ecommittee@aslo. Because by running programs like this, we can be all more inclusive by understanding different perspectives. I will need to probably skip this slide, but I wanted to tell you that scientific associations have an important role in enabling science by bringing people together and giving them a voice. And being involved in such activities is individually really rewarding, because it enables scientists to acquire new skills and to expand their network and interactions. And while preparing this lecture for today, I had a lot of fun reading a paper that was written in 2011. And it gives 10 rules that 10 simple rules for getting involved in your scientific community that I will not go through now because of the time, but please do find this paper online. I had really a lot of fun reading it. And I want to say that now it's time for you to contribute and give feedback to GeoAquaWatch and to take part in the process of forming the GeoAquaWatch's early career support program. And definitely you should contact Igor, Megan, and Felipe. And I will be happy to join the meetings. And I would like to leave you with the message from our early career committee of ASLO that together, through our shared science and unique experiences, we can address our concerns for the future and continue to grow scientifically and societally during and following the pandemic. Thank you very much. I had so much fun, and I would like to discuss this much more with everyone who would be interested.
Yeah, thank you, Mina. Yeah, that was a wonderful session. We really appreciate sharing your thoughts and experiences. Given the time, we need to jump to the next session. But thank you so much.
But please continue writing on the notes, and we can collect at the end, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.